SpongeBob SuperSponge. Not all of them, but I currently have a couple of Game Boy games, with my favorite one when I was younger being the SpongeBob movie game. The SpongeBob movie game on GBA is good. But today, I'm talking about SpongeBob SuperSponge by Climax Games. I remember enjoying SuperSponge and beating this game when I was younger. I even still remember the final code to unlock all the levels. WMBT. That code has been in my mind for about 2 decades now, and I have not played this game in years. I never really cared about the plot of this game when I was younger. I just pressed start and skipped all the cutscenes. But I guess it's Patrick's birthday and SpongeBob wants to get him an autograph from Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. But they'll only do it if SpongeBob runs a few errands for them. You go through every level from point A to point B, with the goal being a different collectible object for every level. The game is divided up into 5 chapters, with the level themes being Bikini Bottom, an underwater volcano, prehistoric Bikini Bottom, rock bottom, and industrial, with the 4th level of every chapter having a boss. There's only about 20 levels in this version of the game. SpongeBob has a health count in the top right corner, symboled by a heart and numbers. Food acts as health, and underwear acts as an extra life. And the golden spatulas are the equivalent to coins in this game. Collect 50 and you get an extra life. You could jump and press A again to do a ground pound, and press B to karate chop. And if you have the jellyfishing net, you could catch jellyfish and you could throw them back like a slingshot. Other items involve the reef blower, which you can't use the karate chop when using it. So it just incentivizes me not to get it, because the karate chop is a lot more reliable and you need ammo to actually attack the enemies with this. And the enemies respawn instantly in this game, so with no ammo you can't even attack them. When using the reef blower, you could hold the ammo. You have to hold the R button the entire time, because if you don't hold the R button, it automatically shoots out your ammo. When you land on spikes, your invincibility frames reset. It's easier just to avoid the platforming and damage boost across the spikes. The balloon is another item you get. You can't ground pound with this, which hinders your movement options, because now you have to fall at a slow speed and it takes away another attacking move, but at least you could karate chop in the air. There's a gun you get that shoots jellyfish. You could still ground pound. It automatically gives you 10 ammo until you could use the karate chop again, unless you pick up more ammo, which I would rather still use the karate chop. When you get the bubbles item, you blow a bubble and you could use it like a platform. The Game Boy Advance version also tells you how each item is used before the level starts. The level design is pretty good. The second level of the game is Sandy's Tree Dome, and SpongeBob needs to breathe water. And you don't get a helmet, so around is what I think are little water pads that you step on and you instantly get replenished with water. And you have to do this every couple of seconds, or else you lose a life. They're frequent enough in the level to where it's not too much of a challenge. Each level being about 2 minutes long, so it's about short and sweet for all of them, with about 20 levels being in the game. Every 4 levels you fight a boss. The jellyfish boss, you throw its babies back at it using the jellyfishing net. This fish thing, I didn't get what to do at first, but you have to karate chop as it tries to swoop in and bite you. The snake eel thing is probably the most difficult boss in the game. You just have to hit its head every time it gets near you, with it getting faster after every hit. I actually lost a life because I thought the hole in the ground was the level continuing forward. But no, if you go in there, it's a bottomless pit. The Flying Dutchman, you just run up and hit him. This weird dogfish thing, you hit him when he stands still and then move away. And then go back to when he has an opening again. The game ends up with SpongeBob getting Patrick the autographs and everyone wishing him a happy birthday. This game is not long at all. You could beat it in about an hour. And it's pretty easy. You should not really have a difficult time with this game. I can't say the same about the PlayStation 1 version of this game. The PlayStation 1 version was released on September 20th, 2001. The Game Boy Advanced version was released November 8th, 2001. In that time, I think they actually used those extra months to make the game better. On the GBA version, the camera is also more zoomed out, while in the PlayStation version, the camera is more zoomed in. In the PlayStation 1 version, the jellyfish platforms go down a little bit when you step on them. The PlayStation 1 version has very annoying gimmicks, but the PlayStation version is pretty aggravating. And the Game Boy Advanced version is very much more condensed. If you collect 100 spatulas, you get an extra life. The golden spatulas in this game are close to how the rings act in Sonic the Hedgehog, as in they act as your hit points, and if you get hit, they all come flying out of you. And this is especially annoying when you're trying to 100% the game, because it counts how many spatulas you have and displays it on the level select screen. If you get hit, they all come flying out. And if you pick up the ones that come flying out of you, meaning if you get hit and you didn't collect all of them, you have to redo the stage without getting hit. And this is especially annoying because some of the levels get pretty ridiculous with some of the obstacles. But like I said, that's not mandatory, that's only if you want to 100% the game. And if you collect all the golden spatulas in the chapter, you unlock a bonus level. The bonus levels take place in Six Clams Adventureland, a reference to Six Flags Amusement Park. SpongeBob must ride through the obstacles and collect 25 flower tokens. These tokens can be used to buy props for Patrick's birthday at the end of the game. This game is also harder than the GBA version. The levels are the same locations but longer. The levels actually have checkpoints. The levels are mostly the same anyways. And you don't have the karate chop as a standard attack like the Game Boy version. The karate chop actually is in the PlayStation version. It's just relegated to an item, with the karate glove going away after a set amount of time. So the only attack without an item is the ground pound, which you don't even have when you have an item like the reef blower. You don't even have an attacking move against enemies, if you can't find ammo. This is me actually trying to beat the level. I put down the reef blower so I could actually attack the enemies, but then I accidentally pick it up again. In this version, I put down the item, and then I accidentally pick it up again. I accidentally pick up the reef blower again, and I can't attack. And then I get hit by the enemy regardless. Sometimes it's easier to just damage boost through the level rather than going through the obstacles. In the Sandy Tree Dome level, you can't replenish yourself with water if you're not standing directly in it, and you have to do it more often. When in the GBA version, you only need to walk past them or even jump on it without having the need to watch an animation. And you have to jump on the tree branches and wait for it to go down and then push you back up. When in the GBA version, there's only you just jump on these bird's nests that instantly push you up. Also, Sandy tells you to put on a helmet, but you actually don't get a helmet until the very last level of the game. Well, at least you wear a helmet in the last level of the Game Boy version. The PlayStation version has bonus levels, which is unlocked when you collect a certain amount of golden spatulas. Every world has 4 levels and 1 bonus level. In the PlayStation 1 version, there's actual voice acting in the game, so that's pretty neat. To have all the dialogue read out loud, and to have an AMV video cutscene in the beginning of the game, which honestly I believe the Game Boy Advance is capable of. And the PlayStation version has an extra falling animation. There's also certain levels where you have to guide Gary to a certain point in the level. I think all the enemies are pretty cool, or at least interesting. At the very least, it looks like they could belong in SpongeBob. The jellyfish also don't really act as enemies. He only moves a couple pixels when looking up. When looking down, it's fluid. Look at the animation for looking up and looking down. It is so much more fluid on the Game Boy Advance. In the developer files of this game, those inappropriate images is in the game's files labeled Naughty 01, Naughty 02, and Naughty 03. The people who made this game all called Climax Games, so I guess I should have just assumed they had inappropriate images in their games. But this cannot be found in the game disc. This could be found in the developer disc. PlayStation 1 levels go on for too long, and the controls are more slippery in it. The controls feel better in the Game Boy version. It's weird how the console version is the one with screen crunch, while the Game Boy's camera is more zoomed out. Also, I could pleasantly beat it without dying a bunch like the PlayStation version. I find this game to be much more enjoyable on the Game Boy Advanced, regardless if it doesn't have the bonus levels.
one trick. I got here a coconut.
Magic. We have to get up. We have to go look. Look for my imagination.
Well, you on your own. I'm looking for a coconut right now. I'm hungry. And a rock.
I did not understand any of